Welcome to day 3 of the expose of my new book. On the past couple of days, if you've been following, I shared first of all about confidence, and then clear direction, and now today is going to be communication. And these 3 parts are what I consider work together as an upward spiral of success. Because when you improve your confidence, you can get clearer direction, and when you have clearer direction, you can communicate better what you need, and when you improve in any one of these, they all help each other grow. So that's why I've revolved my whole book around this. So moving on now to clear direction. This is a chapter which I found really fun. First of all, I talk about asking. I know that in life I have achieved so much more because I've been willing to ask for things. And my ability to do that has really, it's got me backstage at places. I got into a foreign country without a passport once, yeah, you'd have to read the book to read the story. My ability to ask and to be able to guide the conversation with the knowledge that I have has given me the ability to achieve so much more. So I share with you the tools that I use when asking. So that's one part of the book. I cover also a concept around fair exchange, because have you ever wondered what the right price to charge for a product is? Well, when you hit fair exchange, then that becomes extremely clear. So that's another thing I share in the book. And then I also talk about another section which I really love, which is my accessing questions and statements. So it's AQS, like an axe to cut through. So with that, the specific phrases to open a conversation, maintain a conversation, close a conversation, deal with interruptions and objections. So if you look at an example for that, if you're trying to open a conversation with someone and they're in the street, I know it's COVID days, but if you're in a situation where you're around someone and you just want to ask them something, you can just simply say to them, "Excuse me, can I have your opinion on something?" 99% of people will be open to the next thing you say. Now you've got to know what to say next to be able to continue the conversation, but with that line alone, you're going to open someone and they're going to be willing to hear what you have to say. Okay, now if you want to read about how to maintain the conversation or how to close it, again, dealing with interruptions and objections, that's all in my book. A useful one around stopping someone talking if they just keep talking. That's like, so you're the one interrupting because someone just keeps talking. Just say someone's name. So if I'm carrying on and talking and talking and talking, in the middle of the conversation you say, "David," I'll stop. And then again, you've now stopped me, but you need to be able to lead the conversation from there. So it's a really important skill set to have. I teach the specific tools to help you achieve certain steps, and then your personality and your own creativity will fill in the gaps, your own story. I can't give you my story to tell you, you have your own story. We live next to a light aircraft runway, by the way, so that's why we have a few aeroplanes coming in at this time of night. Also, whilst I'm here, I'll introduce you to my little friend here, Santiago. He is a ball python, absolutely stunning, I think. He looks like coffee beans, and he's about, I think, 2.5 years old now. And when I first got him, he fit just in one of my hands. It was really cute. And also, look at this incredible selection of orchids around my wife's greenhouse. She is an orchid connoisseur. Oh, let's see what, even on this side, an orchid connoisseur. And I think there's about 200 different orchids in here. Some flowering, as you can see, some not. But she's actually the president of the Orchid Society of Southern California. Oops, let's go back. She's the president of the Orchid Society of Southern California, and this is some of the magic. And she's even had an orchid named after her. A grower developed a new orchid and named it the Ern Maxic, or the Ern Maxicus. I can't remember the whole name. Anyway, finishing off, in my book, I've also got unconscious tools of persuasion. These are specific words and phrases you can say where people, again, will react unconsciously towards them in a way that you can already know before you start the conversation. And again, these tools you can use to harm or to heal, like a scalpel. If people don't want to do these, people don't have to respond to the things that you ask, but the things that I share is what humans tend to do. So that's why it's great for you to know them, not only so you can use them, but then if someone's using them on you, you'll feel it and you can choose how you respond. So the unconscious tools of persuasion, and also a great presentation technique called format. If you haven't heard of that before, it's fantastic. It takes you through 4 specific steps for any presentation, any delivery of information, writing blogs, delivering any kind of information. And if you get called up to do a best man speech or a bridesmaid speech or whatever the speech is, this will give you the exact format to follow so that you can deliver a great presentation, a great talk, a great speech, and feel good and confident in yourself. So I share that technique because I think it's just really helpful to know. Finally, I just want to say, well, in the book I have a bunch of inspiring menus. Now these are specific step-by-steps of what to do, an easy, a more challenging, and then a fun activity to do over a week, so that you can practice the different tools, depending on whether you want to become more confident or you want to improve your communication or get clearer direction, whatever it may be. So anyway, I'm super excited to share my book with you. It's in audio format, right? No, it's not in audio. It's an ebook format at this very moment. Tomorrow it'll be both ebook and paperback. And also, just secret squirrel, for anyone who buys it in the month of July, I'll also send you the audio book once I've made it. So I really hope you get my book. It's a lot of fun in there, a lot of interesting stories, and yeah, and I hope I can inspire you just to do one little thing different, because lots of little steps are what make our lives amazing. So anyway, signing off. He's hardly moved, has he? That's the great thing about ball pythons, they don't move too much, not like corn snakes or other snakes. But anyway, great to see you again. I'll be putting together right now a schedule of events for the whole of July, where I'll be having open hours, where if you're reading the book and you're looking at certain sections, you want to chat about them or know more, you can ask me about them. Plus I'll be doing some book readings and other fun things, which I really recommend you stay tuned for. If you want to know what's happening, go to my website and subscribe, because I'll be letting that newsletter list know all the things that are coming up, and I look forward to seeing you then. Stay inspired. Bye bye. And bye from Santiago.